In the first scene of both the show and the books, three dudes from the Night's Watch have a run-in with White Walkers. In the show, Will somehow gets past the wall where he is caught and beheaded for being a deserter. But it made me wonder, how did he get past the wall in the first place without the brothers of the Night's Watch stopping him? So I did some research, and it was actually a really good refresher on the various ways that there are to get past the wall. So I figured I'd share with y'all what I just relearned. Without further ado, let's get started. Fighting out of the red corner, we've got Will, and his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, is a 7-foot tall wall. How the heck did he get to the other side without his brothers stopping him? Some fans argue that he went to Castle Black and deserted when no one was looking. In the show, Will says to Ned that he regrets not having told his brothers about the White Walkers, and in the books, Gared is the one to survive, not Will. Gared is a seasoned brother of the Night's Watch. He's been with them 40 years, and Lord Commander Jeor trusts him. Lord Commander sent Benjen out to look for them, so this proves that Gared didn't come through Castle Black. He must have gotten south of the wall some other way. There are 8 other ways that I will touch on. If you can think of any others, please let me know in the comments section. Number 1. Maybe he sailed around the wall on the east coast at the Bay of Seals. Probably not, though. If he tried this, he would have been caught by the brothers at East Watch by the Sea, or from forces from House Umber. Is this an option for the White Walkers? Probably not. But it would be pretty hilarious if we saw the Night King telepathically have his dead army organized into working crews and building hundreds of ships. That would be a sight to see. Number 2. Maybe he tunneled underneath the wall. There's a tale of a wildling called Arson Ice Axe who tunneled halfway through the wall until he was spotted by the Night's Watch. They didn't kill him. Instead, they sealed up the side that he came from, and legend has it, if you listen closely, you can hear him still chopping at the wall with his axe. But did Will or Gared take the time to dig his way through the wall to avoid getting stopped at Castle Black? No way. The guy was really scared. It would take way too long. So let's move on to the next one. Number 3. Instead of digging your way under the wall, you could find your way through caverns that already exist called Gorne's Way. Legend has it that Gorne, king beyond the wall, led some wildlings through it about 3,000 years ago. He killed the Lord of Winterfell, but the son picked up the banner and the crown and fought back, killing Gorne. Gorne's brother, Gendel, tried retreating back north of the wall with their surviving wildlings, but he didn't know the caverns as well as his brother did. So Gendel and the wildlings with him never made it back north of the wall. Supposedly, you could still hear them sobbing deep down in the dark caverns. Number 4. Climbing. Maybe he climbed it. In the books and the show, they say that the wall stops armies, but it doesn't stop individuals. But there's no indication that he had the gear that he would need to climb it, so I don't think this is how he got past the wall. Before we continue, just want to point out a fun fact from the books. As you know, the Night's Watch doesn't have many men. They only have men at 3 forts right now, the Shadow Tower, Castle Black, and East Watch by the Sea. Usually, they would chop down trees that were growing close to the wall, but they haven't had the manpower to keep up with that, so in the books, when Jon climbs over the wall with the wildlings, before they even start climbing up the ice, they climb up a tall tree that is next to the wall, and they get 300 feet high. I always found that little blip pretty cool, since big trees are awesome in both fantasy and in real life as well. Number 5. The Gorge. The far west side of the wall doesn't actually extend all the way to the sea, or even to the river Milkwater. Instead, there's a gorge. It's pretty steep and dangerous, so the brothers of the Night's Watch consider it to be part of the wall. An army definitely couldn't get to the other side through here, but small groups of wildlings could, as long as they don't get caught by the Night's Watch. The nearby fort is unmanned right now, so the responsibility rests on the second closest fort, called the Shadow Tower. As far as Will or Gared, it's unlikely that this is how he got south of the wall for the same reason as climbing it. He didn't have the gear. Before moving on, let's note that the Gorge is a way that many fans believe that the direwolf mother got south of the wall before having the direwolf pups that the Starks find. Number 6. The Bridge of Skulls. This is a bridge that extends over the Gorge. In the show, the 3 rangers seem to run into the White Walkers shortly after leaving the wall, but in the books, they are out 9 days in search of a pack of wildlings. They travel north, then northwest, and north some more. So if Will or Gared traveled southwest in the escape, he may have gotten south of the wall via the Bridge of Skulls. As far as the White Walkers, I haven't been able to find any confirmation, but I'm assuming that there is magic built into the bridge which would prevent them from using it. Number 7. The Milkwater and the Bay of Ice. Technically, you could swim across the Milkwater River and then back across the Bay of Ice to get south of the wall, but realistically, there's no chance he did this. he would have died of hypothermia. Number 8. The Black Gate at the Night Fort. This is how I believe he got south of the wall. The first fort ever built at the wall is known as the Night Fort. I'm going to do a follow-up video on the Night Fort because there is a lot of cool history and lore surrounding it, such as the Night's King or 13th Lord Commander of the Watch, who seemingly fell in love with and married a female White Walker. But don't get him confused with the Night King from the show, who is the original White Walker and a completely different character. But like I said, I'll save this stuff for another video. Hit subscribe if you want to see that once I put it up. Anyway, do you remember how Bran, Mira, Jojen, Hodor, and Summer got north of the wall? They went through a secret passageway. In a very strange turn of events, they arrived there to go north of the wall at the same time that Sam Tarly was using the secret passageway to get south of the wall. The show tends to leave out magical stuff whenever it can, probably because some show viewers are more into the medieval drama aspect of the show than the high fantasy elements of it. But I'm a high fantasy nerd. I love high fantasy. So here's how it goes down in the books. In the books, there is a magical door in the shape of a weirwood face. Here's a quote from A Storm of Swords, Bran 4. When someone approaches the Black Gate, the eyes open. They are white and blind, and the door asks, "Who are you?" Not really sure that's how he says it. He might just be like, "Hey, who are you?" Anyway, a man of the Night's Watch must repeat a part of his vow. Quote, "I am the watcher on the walls. I am the fire that burns against the cold, the light that brings the dawn, the horn that wakes the sleepers. I am the shield that guards the realms of men." The door will open then, saying, "Then pass." The door's lips open wider and wider, still until nothing remains but a great gaping mouth in a ring of wrinkles. Okay, so there's no evidence to say that this is how Will or Gared traveled south of the wall, but we do have evidence that he didn't go through Castle Black. And of all the other possible alternatives that I can think of, this is the most likely. Maybe the Gorge or the Bridge of Bones, but probably he came through the Black Gate, similar to Bran and Sam. If you like this video, hit subscribe, but until then, this is Kev. I'll talk to you soon. I'm out.